Welcome to this new campaign for Total War Attila. As my Pix campaign has come to an end, and that by now the last episode should be up on YouTube. The Pix campaign started well, but it faded towards the end in a mixture of poor sound quality and desolation, to be honest. I just couldn't reach the enemy. I mean, as a private campaign, I'm still going to keep fighting it, trying to push across and repopulate those areas, but I think from the point of view of anyone watching, I think it was getting boring. It was getting boring to present in the episodes because nothing was happening. So I've brought that campaign to an end. So I was looking at how I was going to replace that, and I thought I want to do something different, something that will have a bit more sustainability and develop. My original thoughts was to come down to the east and play the Sassanids. I've fought all my previous campaigns have been in the north, and I think that's becoming pretty routine. So I thought I'd do a Sassanid campaign, and then CA have now announced the arrival of the Empire of the Sands Culture Pack, which will be due out in a couple of days. I've got no idea what this pack's going to do, and based on my previous Rome 2 experience, if you have a campaign and they release a new culture pack, it can affect the campaign or even crash it. So I thought what I'm going to do is wait for the campaign pack, that culture pack, to come out, have a look at it, and I will most likely do one of those factions as another let's play. So that's for the future. So I came back to say, well, what am I going to do now? So I had a little bit of a think, and what I've decided is to have a go at the Last Roman DLC. Now, I bought this back in June, and I've played about 20-25 turns of it. To be honest, when I first played it, I didn't think it was my type of campaign, because it just seemed to be a bit of a auto-resolve slugfest going up across the campaigns. But while investigating it, I had another look at it. I've watched some Let's Plays by other YouTubers, and I thought, well, maybe it's time for me to have a go. I've never played a horde faction at all, so there's that element, and my battle skills for Attila are not brilliant. Haven't really learnt the various units and how they interact with each other. I know the ones from Rome 2, but Attila's been a bit more of a challenge. So I thought, right, let's go for it. Let's do something that's a bit different. It could be pretty entertaining, a bit more fast-paced. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for the or as it's called here, the Roman Expedition, which is a bit odd name for a faction. But what we're going to do is, or what I'm going to do, is that I'm going to introduce a different dimension to it, give myself a bit of a challenge, force me to do things in a different way, and that is that I'm going to fight and try to manually fight and try and win every single battle. Now that's going to be a challenge for me, and I do, but just to make sure that give me an incentive so that the campaign won't stop when I lose the first battle, is that I'm going to add an extra caveat that upon losing the first battle, I will then settle the faction within 10 turns and try to build a separatist empire. Now that's the objective. Hopefully it's going to be an entertaining learning experience for me to play and for you to watch. It also could be a pretty short campaign in the sense that it's going to present some different challenges, but hopefully it's going to be entertaining and be fun to make. So that's where I'm coming from. I hope you will enjoy this. So let's get down to what we've actually got to do, the nuts and bolts of the campaign. As you can see, faction is actually called the Roman Expedition. The faction leader is Flavius Belisarius. Now he's supposed to be a well-known figure from this time period in history. To be honest, it's not my period of history that I've ever been interested in, so I'm not too sure. I'll take people's word for his reputation. The religion is Greek Christian. I'm not sure how that's going to affect, seeing this is going to be a horde faction. And the faction trait is Swords of the Empire. Practice makes the perfect soldier. Now that's probably a nice hint for me that I need the practice, so maybe I will be a good soldier or perfect soldier at the end of the campaign. The faction traits are Reclamation. The expedition can reclaim regions for the Roman Empire. Now, based on my short let's kind of test play of this, that seems to be the thrust of the campaign, that you occupy cities and reclaim regions. Roman will no movement cost for the fortify and encampment stances. That is basically a part of the horde mechanic. So and then we have this reformation of the Western Empire, control 40 regions to gain diplomatic option, join the Empire. Now I'm not too sure what that is, but I'm sure we can get into that later on. Now I'm going to play on hard, because I always play on hard, because I like to have a balance and explore and enjoy the game. So we'll stick with hard. The initial challenge is normal. I'm not sure what the initial challenge will be, so that could be useful. And let's have a look at the victory objectives. So there's two types of victories here, and that's being a separatist and the expedition. Now initially I will be trying for the expedition victory or the lawyer's triumph, to get as far as possible with that. When I lose my first battle, we will then shift over to the separatist victory and see how far we can get with that. So it could be a combination of the two in this campaign. Now looking at the expedition victory, the settlements that have to be reclaimed all seem to be, for this level, all seem to be North Africa and up through Italy here, Roma, Ravenna, that's up the top there. So it looks almost like they're directing the thrust of the campaign to come up from North Africa up through there. The lawyer's triumph, basically Vienna, Paris, Barcelona, seems to be conquer the whole map, so that could be interesting. Separatist victory seems to be very similar. Hippo Regius, Syracuse, Corrales, that's Sardinia, Rome, and then yep, again it's almost like there's not so much down towards Iberia, I suppose. So I think basically you can say is conquer the maps, the objective, conquer everything in sight and unify it. So that's where we are, and what I like to do now is join you on the campaign map. I won't show the actual video, so we'll just go straight to the campaign map. So I'll see you on the campaign map. Welcome to the campaign map. As you can see, we've got a mission to survive until spring 535. Now I don't think, oh, it's only 2 years, so it must be more than 4 turns per year. And if we survive that until that was 2 years, we will get 2,000 gold. So here we are. We can see we start with 2 armies and a spy, which is going to be very, very useful. And the starting position's tucked down here in the southern Vandalic Kingdom. I think it's the Vandalic Kingdom. Yep. So we're down here, and if you kind of look at the map, and if you remember the victory conditions, which I did a quick review over here, it's directing us towards Italy. So it's basically saying that we've got to conquer this area here and then push up that way. Now I'm not pardon me, I'm not totally convinced that's the way I'm going to go, but obviously we've got to follow the main basis of the mission to start with. Now, as I said, I've never played a horde faction before, so this is going to be a learning experience. So I think all we can do now is kind of get into it. I think well, I'm going to follow my usual routine I normally do, which is to have a look at the family tree, see what factions and the skills we've drawn. So obviously Balasaurus doesn't get any initial traits, which thing his wife has given him something, personal influence. He's given +1 per earning situation and +1 cunning, so that's going to be useful. And he's got marksman, which gives him +1 defense. Let's see what John the Armenian's got. He's got +1 authority, which gives him +1 govern thing. Oh, but that's not so sure that's as useful. See what this Faris of. He's got +1 cunning, so got the makings of a reasonable general if I can work out how to actually do it. I'm not sure how much the family tree's going to be in here, because I don't think I'm assuming the idea is that Flavius Balasaurus will survive the whole campaign. So what we'll actually do is that, and the power base is on that side. Normally I would like it here, but it's a bit higher there. So the further we go, the growth and loyalty. I don't think loyalty is going to be that much of an issue. I shouldn't think. Well, it's possible, I suppose. Public order, integrity. I think because we get an integrity boost, I think I'll be looking to stay round that point there. Now, just in case, my inclination is to adopt John the Armenian into the family. That will, just in case there is a family element to the thing. So we'll see that. Now, my strategy, I think I'll talk about that before I get into looking at things that I don't really know at the moment. My strategy is basically, I've got 2 armies here, and I've got got archers, no onagers. Quick look just to see, there's no mercenaries in this area, so we've got no onagers. Now that means that attacking a walled city like Hadramentum is would mean I would have to siege. Now I know from the introduction that up here are some Vandalic armies. Now if I was to go up this way and siege Hadramentum, I would guess that I'm going to be locked for 2, maybe 3 turns, and that will allow the Vandalic army to concentrate on me and attack me, and I could end up losing very, very quickly. Bearing in mind that the idea of this campaign is to fight and win every single battle. So initially the tactics is going to be guerrilla, keep moving, use this spy here. Lucky we got a spy. I really missed the not having a spy in the Attila campaigns. What we'll do is we'll bring him up here just to see that nobody's lurking. And the idea is these guys will keep together, take out minor settlements until such point as I can build an onager. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get an onager quite quickly. I'll work that out in a minute. Or I sufficiently damage the Vandalic armies so that I can have time to have siege. I mean, hopefully over here, this is the things. These have got plenty of armies, so hopefully a bit of stutter on the campaign map there. I will get reinforcements come over here, because I'm assuming that I don't have to defend the cities. I mean, in the short test campaign I went through and I just abandoned the cities, and that's what I intend to do this time round. So that's
Commander.
thing. I'm just going to bring him up side by side now. Let's just have a look at these armies. Now, this is John the Armenian. He's got these Limitani. They're not I suppose they're a pretty good, reasonable starting unit. These guys look a bit more clout. Now the archers are going to be my tower killers to start with, so I'm going to need to get some more of these into the army. And the cavalry, I mean, to start with, it's going to be very much a hammer and anvil approach when in field battles, is to use these guys as the anvil and the cavalry as the hammer. So let's just have a look at recruitment options. So John the Armenian can't get everything except archers. It's a bit annoying. I'm not too happy with these guys. I must admit, I'm not very good at using them, and I normally end up killing more of my own men with them. These guys, once I've got onagers, I think I will probably start to bring these into the force because they've got more missile damage than there, unless these guys have got a nice upgrade. Look at Belisarius has got obviously more recruitment range. He's got Federati archers, so they could be quite good. Expensive though, 27 ammunition though. That's got plenty of ammunition and missile damage. Now they could certainly, it's just...
Are you ready to serve Rome? Oops. Sign up, lads, for a good and glorious life.
Can't afford them at the moment. Ooh, look, I've got negative income. That could be an issue. Look at that. So, and to be honest, I'm not that enthusiastic about these guys. As I say, looking at these have got defensive testudo. So these, which are quite it's going to be very useful in fighting. So oops, I didn't mean to do that. So
how can I serve
these guys have
the people
excellent
of Rome?
capture power, but so do the scout equities, and they move quicker. So not, these guys are a bit expensive for what they are, to be honest. They've got a pretty weak missile block chance. I mean, melee attack is lower. I mean, their melee attack is close to these guys. Their defense is lower. I mean, the defense is better than these. I suppose they might come in useful as an all-rounder troops. Anyway, so I think what I'm going to do first is give
at once.
John the Armenian these archers, because he can recruit them.
At
So
your
what I
command.
can do now is see how many troops he can recruit.
Fighters.
So he can only recruit 3 at a time. Oh, he's encamped, so he can't move. So can't recruit unless he's encamped. Right, that's something worth noting. Sorry about that, guys.
How can I serve the people of Rome?
So I think let's get a battle going.
You
I think I
have
need.
orders? Laying siege
Yeah,
to
it's
the
not
settlement.
that there. So let's get into the battle. Let's fight one. Get something done, and then what I'll do is I'll complete the first turn. Look at what I've got to build and the other bits and pieces. See if we can get that underway. Oh, it's a bit of a long. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I mean, this should be quite a simple battle. They've only got 3 units. Got a sandstorm. Nice and dry. That's okay. Right, we'll have a look at the settlement. Oh, this is quite a... I think this is going to be one of the probably downsides of this campaign. We're going to have some fairly stock settlements. Normally the AI puts a barricade here. So what we're going to do is...
Warriors of Christ!
give these guys flaming shot, line them up here, they're going to go in, take out this tower here, open this corner up. Now, what I'm going to do is put the cavalry up here, primarily because what often happens is the AI, I know this is pre-knowledge, but you've got to give yourself every edge you can get. The AI will put a unit down in here, and with that barricade that they're effectively trapped. I think for this campaign, I think these guys can just sit it out. These can take up a position to come in this way once the tower's down. So let's get started. Push these guys up forward first so they're nice and close. There you are, you see the archers have come in this way. So what we're going to try and do is get in here. These guys have got excellent capture power. Take that off so I can see better.
We will crush the enemy with our greater numbers.
See if we can get it while these guys are, while the archers are taking down the tower. Give them precision shot to speed up the process. Get these guys in, take that tower, which will open up even more this side. Just check the radius. So this one's here, that one's there. These archers have got there. So pressing the space bar there is quite useful, or not. So right.
The tower has fallen. Good news.
Right. See if we can take out these archers very, very quickly.
Engage!
We can take these archers out. That will completely open this corner up and guarantee, well, the battle's guaranteed anyway, so won't zoom in too close because so they're losing decisively.
The enemy has been spotted.
Oh, that's a smart move by the AI, in the sense that they're coming here, which means they can hit my troops. Come on, break before those bloomin' skirmishers get close. Right, get out of there quick. Now, how are you guys going? You guys actually firing anything? Right, the tower's down. Get you guys onto heavy shot. Get here. And you can come in this way. Actually, might be able to do this just with archers. These guys back a bit. Sorry about that. We seem to have had a little bit of a crash there with the recording software, but hopefully this will recover. If not, I will redo it again. Hopefully this will recover. Well, if not, so right, let's get back to the battle. Let these guys pour in fire onto these things. I know I'm using heavy shot, but these guys can keep moving in. I hope they can push now against these. I suppose one of the hazards of having a slightly aging graphics card is that every so often it throws a bit of a wobbler. So we've got these guys under fire. I don't think we need too much. So keep pushing in. Looks like these guys are just about to break, so
Advance at speed.
we'll let these guys push in quicker. So I'm not going to. Cavalry took a little bit of a beating, so I'm don't know whether that's... Yep, there goes a javelin throw.
Don't lose it.
So, I mean, one of the reasons I'm being a little bit cautious at the moment with these battles, I mean, I know I could charge straight in, but I need to make sure that I don't take too much in the way
The
of
enemy have routed their
casualties, purely and simply because I need to be able to
Attack, you worthless
recover
dogs!
very, very quickly. There's no point me. I mean, some of these troops are expendable. I must admit that I can actually just recuperate them. Yeah, retrain them. So, right, they're broken. These guys can stop. I think I can deal with this guy. You can deal with this guy face to face.
God, give us strength! Swords! Back the double!
Get in there quick.
That's me! We await your command!
We can get a stop in.
Attack, brave sons of Rome!
We should be able to just chew through these guys quite quickly now. This is combat even. Oh well, no, it's losing decisively now, so that should be it. Have a quick little bit of zoom. Some of these guys are rather, they look more like they've got pyjamas on, to be honest. And that's personally a personal opinion. Sorry, the graphics probably isn't as brilliant as it should be, but I have to have the game actually on high performance rather than high quality because of my graphics card. Come on guys, push forward. What are you doing? Those guys are fighting to the death, aren't they? Maybe I should have... I suppose they've got a breach here, so a defensive line, which means a lot of my troops can't actually get in. Just speed up a bit. They're going to break anyway, so there's no point. There we go. Right, so that's an end battle. Decisive battle. As you can see now, we can't loot or sack. All we can do is just reclaim or declare independence. So
Your next command.
we'll reclaim everything, and then the camera switches round and confuses me completely. So this guy can only get here, John the Armenian.
Further orders?
Now,
At your command.
what I'm going to try and do is get
Make
Belisarius
haste, men.
across the border, because you have this, I know, rivalry penalty. Which affects, you can see, food gives you plus 10 food consumption, so you have to watch the food consumption. So what we'll do is
What does Rome require
do that. We'll do John the Armenian's skills. Can't see much point of going up that there, so I think integrity is quite important. And cunning, what do we get for cunning? Yeah, upkeep costs, that's something, until I get the money sussed out, that's going to be quite important. Right, now we're down to now I know the principles of building for a normal campaign, but board one there, I know this is growth, so it's 6,000 growth. What do I get for standing camp? Food consumption, integrity. I'm not sure. So you make 1,000, but lose 5% tax rate for all expeditions. I can't really see the benefit for that. If anyone watching can think of any benefits for that, I'd be happy to hear. So he's got a safe keep, whatever a safe keep is. Looks, so you get priests on that chain. I'm not sure what benefit priests are going to be in this campaign. Oh, champions, yeah. So coming down here, I've already got the safe keep. So if I can get the technology for that, getting a champion could be quite useful. I can't build anything here, so let's have a look at. We've got 6 there now. Let's have a quick look at this. Public latrines, sanitation. So we've got sanitation, but it doesn't give sanitation, but it gives growth and integrity. There's quite a lot of stuff here that's integrity. Officers' camps. That's what we've just been looking at. Safe keeps and things that. This is the muster tents. So that gives me there. So level 3 gives me Cataphractari, Scaturli, Axeman. That could be quite useful. Ah, and Ballistari. That's what I'm after. So where's militarized society? Cool. That's a lot. That's a fair old distance out. That is. That gives me elite Ballistari. Ammunition. Yeah. So that's going to be a challenge. We've got workshop tents now. I presume workshop tents is that's where the carpenter is. That's where I get the Onager. So I need to get to there, and I've already got the research. And these just give me upgrades. So, and then we've got the food ones now. I'm a bit worried about the cash situation and food. I'm not sure. Not sure how the food's consumed here. Oh, this has got food consumption, officers' tents. That doesn't cost. So only officers' tents consume food. Strange. And standing camps. I think I'm going to go for cash, so I think I'm going to go for the meat locker. I know I could go for that straight away, but I think I need to get my cash flow up running quicker. So I think that just leaves technology. Now we know militarized society is out here, so let's have a quick look at this thing. This seems more to be a settled society thing. So we've got military camp there, which we think. Drying room, I presume that looks in grain size. So that's food. Public market. 5th Street. So let's just. So there's the granary, butcher, drying room, beef storage. There's the public market then. Oh, I think this is going to be. So, as I've already said, any hints and tips will be welcome. Or opinions of where I've gone wrong, because I'm sure I'm going to go wrong. Right, I think that's all I can do for this turn. We'll go for an end turn. And see how it goes. The Gothic Kingdom. Hopefully it should get through the end turns quite quickly, because there aren't that many factions in this campaign, as far as I know. Oh, Heldrick executed. The Romans have landed in Africa, and in response, Galimo the Vandal king has executed the old pro-Roman sovereign Hildrick after years of imprisonment. The death of this broken old man promises to plunge the conflict into greater depths of ferocity. There is no turning back for the Vandals now, no possibility of a peaceful resolution, which might explain why we can't have diplomatic relations with them. The rest of the world looks on with bated breath. Perhaps the Romans are no longer a force to be reckoned with, and can they punish this act of brazen defiance with their trademark unflinching brutality, or will the Vandals defeat the invaders and usher in a new era of barbarian defiance? So John the Armenian's now part of the family. We've gone up. It's hit growth a little bit. This guy's unhappy for some reason. So why are you unhappy? Oops, didn't mean to do that. More influential than the leader. Oh, bugger. Oh, I think what we'll do is we'll secure his loyalty. I think what we'll try and do is get... Now, John the Armenian could go in here. I haven't looked at this yet. Oh, this looks quite standard. Replenishment +3, that could be quite good. Recruitment cost -2. Upkeep cost -3, that's a definite one to go for. Integrity +5, yeah, that's a good one. Unit experience +3, recruitment cost 6. Unit experience, so these are a lot of experience related and recruitment costs. Integrity +2, melee defense +10, that could be quite useful. Top one's not so hot, so I think we're definitely going to need some guys in here, but I think to start with we'll see if we can get a wife for John the Armenian. It's an old habit, as I say. I'm not too sure what the benefits are going to be. Oh, I know one thing, mistake. There's a fail straight away. I've got no archers. So that was a fail. I didn't recruit any troops. So
what does Rome require
I have
of
to
me?
do this the hard way. I think you guys are going to have to
Ready for further orders.
slog it out, I'm afraid. Unless we can get any mercenaries. No mercenaries. Right. So what we're going to have to do is go in here.
Take this settlement for Rome!
Bit of a goof up there, I'm afraid. I think probably because I got distracted with the building and I thought I'd recruited them, but I couldn't because I couldn't move. So I think these guys are just going to have to hack and slash their way into the thing. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. We've still got superiority. They've got there. We've got some cavalry. What we can do is probably send these guys in first. These guys can go in and do their stuff. And we'll go. Oh well, looks like we're fighting in a sandstorm. I don't know if that would be an advantage or a disadvantage. Now we're going to have to hack and slash our way into the city, so I think what I'm going to... Normally if I had archers I would come in this way because that opens up the city, but I think because we're going to have to hack and slash our way in, I think the overlooking arcs of fire would be a good way to be coming this way. So these guys are going to be in the front line. We'll keep the cavalry just here. Push these guys up here.
Ready for orders.
Put these guys here. You may notice that I'm not using groups. Now, the reason for that is that I've struggled a little bit with groups in Attila. Right, we'll put that there. Probably bring this cavalry in a bit closer. Is there a way in? Oh, there's a way there. So yeah, I've struggled a bit with the groups and the auto unlocking, which is different from Rome 2. So let's start the battle while I grab it on. Yeah, it's interesting how the AI is adapting. So get these guys going in first, and these guys can come in behind. Yeah, I've struggled a bit with using groups. I keep getting them locked by mistakes. There's a barricade there. So I was watching Legend of Total War and Air, and they tend to use this format where they just arrange the troops to suit their convenience. So we're just gonna push our way in. Probably send 3 of these guys this way. So I've been practicing with this. I'm not too sure exactly how successful it's going to be. So we'll pick one of these guys.
Quick march!
The other one can come in behind. Probably going to take a few more casualties than I would prefer on this. What I'll do is I'll use these guys to breach. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put these guys here and put them to Studo. Let these guys.
Sons of the Empire! Exploratores!
Swords against there should be okay. I was just piling. It's gonna be a bit of a slugfest, but let these guys break in.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Right, we've got the tower. Just keep these guys pushing forward onto these cavalry. So we're probably going to take a few more casualties than we'd had the archers.
The
But
enemy's tower has been destroyed.
right, keep pushing through, guys. It's going to be a scrappy battle, I know. I can break these. I think I can bring the cavalry forward. Where are you?
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Right. Just bring these guys round here. Actually, we'll have one of you come up this way. Have one coming this way. Just keep the pressure on them. We've broken their general. Well, you're not doing too bad actually, guys. Where are you? Oh, you're up here. Probably that's why you're not doing too bad, because you're actually you both you lots can go this way. Okay. You guys can push on these. I'll push you guys up there just to see if there's any units up that way. Right, you've caught these. Actually, the cavalry can probably come over this way. If we can catch these archers. You're the lighter cavalry, aren't you? So we'll push you up that way. Right, broken those. Getting a little bit bashed up here. I know I'm running them around. It's going to be a bit of a fail. Bit of a cock up, really, to be honest. I think we just need the cavalry to come round here. These guys keep chasing. I think the cavalry catch these guys in the open. We haven't taken much casualties yet. Going to take proper hits from that tower. Far over this city. It's got a very good defensive position there. If you guys are defending this city, this tower is an ideal place to defend. You can put a line across there. A barrier often there. Oh, yeah, got to do that before I kill too many troops. Yeah, that's quite a good defensive position there. Right. 160 losses, that wasn't too bad. Declared independence. I hope there's a safety check there that says, are you sure? Alright, so what I'm going to do is bring this guy up here. He's still in Thysdrus. Yeah, we'll bring him up to about there.
Advance.
Let him in camp.
For further orders.
and bring you back here so you're together, because I'm a bit worried about this
Ready for
army
further
here.
orders.
So what we'll do is we'll
How can I serve the people of Rome?
go up there first, I think.
As you command.
See if this guy's on his own.
The devil makes work for idle hands.
See if we can get a
I will
misdirect
come
on him.
From the darkness.
I'm a bit wary about opportune failure, bugger. I'm a bit wary to just charge up that way, so I want to
How
keep
can
this
I
here.
serve the
So,
people of Rome?
same as last time, we'll just go for that. I think what I'm going to do is do the recruitment for this turn. So
It is a
1, 2,
great and
3
glorious thing to die for Rome.
archers. Gonna get. No, I'm gonna keep these guys for the moment, but I think I will get rid of them. They didn't do too bad.
Ready for orders.
Gonna get in here as I think this guy,
Fight for Rome.
John the Armenian,
Sign
needs
up,
a couple
lads,
of
for a
units.
good and glorious life.
there.
Commander.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of one of these. I think they're a bit overpriced. So I think that's it. I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. This is where I'm going to leave it, I think, because I've lost track of the time. We've got the introduction and everything, so this is probably a little bit of a longer episode. So I think that's where it's going to end. We've made good progress. A bit of a rocky start with the forgetting to recruit, and so feel free to pass a comment. Tell me where I'm going wrong and where I'm going right. If you've got any hints and tips about playing this campaign, I will much appreciate them, because is totally new territory for me. If you think it's going to be an interesting, fun campaign to watch, which I'm hoping it's going to be fun to actually make and fight, do a like and subscribe, and whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.